okay. Maybe those tears were stained yesterday. Like high highs and low lows type of life.
Up, down.
Yes, you just gotta go with the waves.
So you can feel something.
Yes, correct. What do you think you are much better at than you actually are? What do I think I'm good at that I'm not? Basically?
Yeah.
What am I not good at? I'm good at everything. I think the best part about music is that everybody can do it. And I think the worst part about music is that everybody can do it.
You don't have to live under the weight of the whole world on your shoulders.
If I spend too much more time in my closet, I'm gonna never come out. So.
I actually like the shirt. Is that Ralph Lauren?
Yeah.
It's like a vintage
Classic.
vibe. Hi guys, I'm Dena and welcome to my channel. So this is the guy behind all of your favorite songs that you put on your Instagram reels, put on your TikTok. This is Trevor, Fiji Blue.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having me.
So happy to see you. It's been a minute. Last time I saw you was in Taiwan.
Right! Dun, dun, dun. I'm wearing their Asia tour merch. Honestly, it's such a surreal moment for me because I remember the last time before that I saw you, it was in Berkeley in our classroom in an ear training class.
Yes, a lot definitely has changed. And it was obviously so cool to see you too. Like after the show when I was meeting fans and whatnot, to see a familiar face was so cool. Full circle moment for sure from Berkeley. So it was super cool to see you there.
I remember I saw your post on Facebook being really appreciative about, oh, this is your first American tour. And then 6 months later, you're touring Asia. I'm just so proud of you, like the growth from the past 2 years.
It's overwhelming, I would say. I mean, this project, you know, since the beginning, there's always been a strong love. The other side of the world in Asia, and I feel like the second that we could get over there was the second that we were gonna do it, and it took so much time and planning, but long story short, it was overwhelming in the best ways possible. To be on the other side of the world and having people sing your lyrics was crazy. And the love over there is so different in the best way. Everyone there is so nice and warm, and they're just like the sweetest people. It's like I'm still trying to process it. I feel like it's been a few months, but sometimes I'll lay in bed and be like, oh my God, that happened, which is crazy. To see you in the shirt too, like, again, such a small world that the fact that you're over there in Taiwan killing it, and then again, now we're together in LA after being reunited from school. It's cool.
Speaking of Berkeley, because we met at Berkeley, did you know at a young age, this is what you want to do? Like music is what you want to do?
I feel like deep down, I always knew music was like the one thing that like gave me a lot of meaning, I would say. I'd always get in trouble in class early on, just singing all the time, just for no reason other than just being a annoying little kid. Yeah, music made me feel something that I, you know, never felt with other things. I was very into sports, but music was kind of always that, you know, after going on the ice rink and being all aggressive and stuff, I could come home and be like the little sad songwriter boy that I truly was. So yeah, songwriting and music has always just been a passion of mine. And I feel like early on, I knew pretty early, I'd say, once I fell in love with guitar. And then once I found out there was like a degree for songwriting at Berkeley, I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. And then it doubled down when I found out John Mayer went there. Even though he went there for 5 minutes, it was still
basically 5 minutes.
Basically.
Yeah. So you mentioned ice rink. Were you into hockey?
I played hockey my entire life.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought hockey is a Canadian thing.
Where there's ice in Arizona.
You knew at the very beginning that you wanted to do music, right?
Yes.
But you also mentioned earlier that like you transferred to Berkeley. So where were you before Berkeley?
Yeah, oddly enough and funny enough, I auditioned, did not get accepted into Berkeley the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, which is a whole story. Could be another whole video.
You got in though.
No, I did eventually. I got accepted for the winter semester, so I would have only missed a semester. But I deferred it because I was going to ASU, Arizona State University. So that's a very big school in Arizona. It's like 70,000 people. I was assuming I was going to Berkeley, didn't get in, ended up going to the state school where all my friends were. Eventually I transferred. It was a big adjustment. Music, but it was a tough transition. For sure.
Were you planning on staying in Arizona for a long while when you were studying there?
I feel like the goal when I was there was always to get out of there. I still wanted to go to Berkeley. So I was kind of like, I had that audition before I even started ASU and I was waiting for months to hear back. going to school for something you love was a cool thing to do.
Yeah, I know the feeling all too well.
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously, 100%.
So growing up, how did you start learning the guitar? Were your parents supportive of it? Because music is not a lot of parents are like down for kids to do that.
100%.
Actually. Yeah.
My parents are the most supportive. I would not be here without my parents. I always have to shout out my mom, stepdad Les. They supported me from day one. Fell in love with guitar through Guitar Hero, classic.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, I was shredding on expert mode, as one would think.
Expert mode.
Expert mode.
I
yes.
was playing Guitar Hero for the first time 2 days ago at
Really?
an arcade thing, and it's hard.
I feel like the arcade ones are all broken and stuff. You got to get your own controller. But that I'm just,
okay.
I have personal beef with the arcade versions of Guitar Hero.
Okay,
But,
obviously.
Yeah. I transitioned into real guitar from that point. And yeah, the song that made me fall in love with, guitar playing on Guitar Hero was Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan. Blues, I was like, oh, it made me feel something my 12-year-old self had never felt. I was like, oh, this feels good.
So is that the age you picked up the guitar?
Yeah, I
the
started
actual
playing at
guitar?
12. Yes.
Have you always been a sad boy though? Because I know you mentioned that your style is sad boy, singer-songwriter.
I feel like when I was 15, then that electric guitar transitioned to an acoustic guitar.
It's even
And then-
sadder.
Yes, even sadder. So then you're like, oh no, like what is this feeling now? And then
Uh-huh.
pair that with falling in love for the first time when you're 15, that first love feeling. The emotions started finding a way to the surface. Pair that also with my mom introducing me to John Mayer for the first time. I heard In Your Atmosphere on a cruise ship so vividly. And that just made me fall in love with songwriting. So
Cruise ship.
all things alive. I know, I don't know why.
Just puberty.
It's just
and,
puberty, all emotions at all highs. Probably wrote my best songs back then, to be honest. No, they were pretty bad. But I was playing wine bars and stuff. That's just where I started and where I fell in love with performing additionally, just because I would run out of stuff to play. But then I would just start singing about what was going on. Like, girl, drinking that wine in that purple dress. That was a terrible example, but it was fun. It gave me a moment of like improv.
Also, it was a great just practicing experiences,
100%.
right? What's the hardest part you've encountered so far though, since you started the pursuit of music, and how did you overcome it?
From the outside, you always see,
Outside.
look at that. It does take two to understand how this works. No, I'm not going to reference every song. From the outside, it seems like, us musicians, like you see all the great things and it takes so many uphill battles to get to these moments where it seems like everything's okay. Every day still is a struggle to some capacity to fight for the thing that I'm constantly searching for, which is that next song, that next feeling that sometimes, isn't there. Sometimes, it's like fishing when you're writing a song. You never know what you're going to get. You get a small fish, you get no fish, you get a great fish.
You get a shark.
You get a shark. I would say the toughest thing is just trying to stay true to yourself while also trying to understand what's going to get you to that next point.
Finding the balance.
Yeah, the balance in sorts. But again, I feel like being authentic and just writing music that you love and appreciate and hope others appreciate, I always feel like it makes its way to the surface and feeds my soul of why I want to do this and do this. The struggle is just trying to understand what the struggle is and then overcoming that.
Trying to understand it as a part of trying to heal from it and facing it in a more healthy mindset.
For sure.
Because having a more positive and healthy mindset, it will last longer for you?
Yeah. I want to do this for the rest of my life. I feel like to me, I guess my biggest struggle is thinking too far ahead. I want to be more present. I'm trying to be more in the moments that I'm in and be grateful for where I am rather than thinking how can I be where I want to be 5 years from now, which is a great way to think sometimes, and other times it can get in my way. And that's just everyone's life though, everyone has their issues and stuff. And I gratefully get to wake up and do music every day. And I'm just, again, so eternally grateful for all the fans and all the love that surrounds it. And just trying to keep myself sometimes in my room, in my guitar, and just be like, let's write a song and what I'm feeling today. It's been great recently. So I've been writing some cool stuff and I'm feeling better. I feel like when my song bank has 0 songs, I'm like, what am I doing? I have no meaning.
Relate.
But then when it starts filling up and some good ones come, you're like, okay, I feel great now. Like high highs and low lows type of life.
Up, down.
Yes, there's ups, there's downs.
Yeah.
You just gotta go with the waves.
Yeah. So you can feel something.
Yes, correct.
Is there something that you wish, like no matter how big you become in the future, you will never forget?
I feel like, again, the essence of why this project is so special is because of the fans and the people that like surround it with love. I promise this to myself as I try my best to respond to every single message since day one. Like I have 10 followers. It's definitely gotten more overwhelming over the years in the best ways. But the one thing I never want to forget again is why this project exists is because of the people who love it, support it, share it with their friends. And again, the messages and the stories I hear from people, crazy to hear the things I've heard. And I, again, never want to take those stories and moments for granted. And I never will. But again, just making sure I'm presently aware that like every second there's somebody listening to this music. To always be grateful for the people who allowed me to get to the position I'm at, which is the fans. It would be nothing without them, so.
Aww.
Yeah.
Do you have a family name?
Recently, when I was in Manila, Fiji Blue universe is something that was expanded
Cute
upon.
one.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be just Blue-niverse.
Just Blue universe?
Blue-niverse.
I feel that.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received? Okay,
so I have two. I'm gonna say one from my mom, which is when I'm on stage, she says, "Don't forget to smile, it's your best instrument." And I was like, that's so sweet. Like, again, because if I'm having a good time, I know everyone else is gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get distracted and think, oh, I messed up that one part or I did this. But like, live music is live music. And I feel like, again, I love my mom for that, and I feel like I have to remind myself every time before I'm on there, I'm like, smile, it's your best instrument. And then I actually, funny enough, I have to pull out my phone because I have a whole list of quotes from my manager and best friend, Tommy.
You're a cool guy.
Yeah, so
I'm a cool girl too.
Yeah. He said, don't confuse excitement with passion. Excitement comes and goes, but passion stays forever. And I was like,
makes sense.
Dang. January 23rd, 2021. I have them all dated. And I think there was one other one that I loved, and it was a part of a good business is being a good person. And I love that because you'd be so surprised on just how being a nice person and being a good person will get you in line. Not for like ulterior motives, but like just be a good person. And
yeah,
you'd
don't
be surprised.
Be an asshole.
Yeah, 100%. It's so simple. You want anything to happen, you're like, be a good person. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't hurt to be a person people want to be around, as long as you're being yourself too. That's where like in LA and a lot of people can be like, there's a lot of gray.
I actually hear a lot of people say that about LA.
I love it here. There's so many great people here.
You
just have to find your circle, and like, it's much easier said than done. But when you have your people and you love the people around you, and the feelings are mutual, it's a great thing. It's like having a little family. You know, that's your music family. I know so many fantastic people here, and I again wouldn't be here without a lot of them. So.
Aww, would you say it's easy for people to find their own circle here in LA? Because LA is so big.
It's so big.
It's like literally so big.
It's very large. I feel like it's as easy as you make it. You know, I feel like you know what you love, and through a lot of knocks on doors and a lot of conversations, you'll slowly understand the people that also align with your feelings and tastes. Again, it can take years, but it's worth every single day to find those people that you love, because collaborating in music, like, you can't do this alone.
Yeah. What do you think kids nowadays should be expecting if they want to go after their passion?
You're talking music specifically,
yes.
Right? It's ever changing. You have all these big social media platforms where people can share their music, and it can be, you know, shared with so many people. One thing that I would hope and would promote to people trying to do this is just, again, it's so cliche, but be yourself, keep your head down and write and do what you believe in. I think the best part about music is that everybody can do it. And I think the worst part about music is that everybody can do it, which is like so mean to say, but here's my disclaimer. Everybody has something special to say, and everybody can be a musician, which is so cool. And you see so many different styles of music and so many things happening. And that's what obviously influences the next generation of music, is what people are hearing. My biggest tip would just like, believe in yourself and go for it, because anybody can do it.
For me personally, it's more like if you know that you have a passion and it's so loud and clear in your head, but you're still having somehow doubts about it because maybe your parents were influencing you and you're like decision making, I would say if that's loud enough, just go for it, because no matter where you go, you're gonna end up back to your passion anyway.
For sure.
Yeah, so might as well.
Life is way too short to be doing something you're not passionate about. And yes, go for your dreams.
Yeah, but you still gotta put effort in it. On to the next section.
Okay, I choose one?
Yes.
Okay, let's go for this one. What do you think you are much better at than you actually are? Oh, goodness. What do I think I'm good at that I'm not? Basically?
Yeah.
What am I not good at? I'm good at everything. I'm just kidding. I think I'm pretty good at golf, but I'm not that great at golf. Let me just say.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually going tomorrow for the first time in a long time. That's what also triggered me on that. But
Really?
Yeah, so I'm excited. Maybe I'll text you tomorrow and be like, just kidding, I'm so good. Like, I got a hole-in-one. What's your best example of fake it till you make it? I feel like this is a small thing, and like, for example, like when I was playing some music for you earlier, just like all the disclaimers, like, by the way, this is the first bounce, I made it yesterday, I did this. I feel like the best thing to do, and I'm still trying to do my best, is like, just be confident in things, even if you're not confident in things. And literally the classic fake it till you make it. So like when I'm playing you a song, I'm like, yeah, listen to this, and just enjoy it if you really do, without trying to like, because then you're only going to think about all the things I said. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can be so confident in things until you actually literally are, because life is just all about being confident.
Manifesting, kind of?
Yeah, manifesting. Yeah,
like
for
if you're
sure.
like thinking about it, then subconsciously your body, your brain would just like guide you towards it.
Absolutely. Keep believing and doing whatever you can, and like, yeah, this is going to happen. Latest likes on Spotify, name 3. I have this song called Maybe I'm Lonely by Rachel Chinoriri. I'm pronouncing that so incorrectly, but so beautiful. Such a beautiful song I just found the other day. The next one is Tenderness by Jay Song, which was recommended to me by a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And then the last one on the 3 is Lover, You Should Come Over by Jeff Buckley, which was another one recommended to me by somebody I was in a session with recently named Aiden. Just some cool, interesting flavors in there.
Okay.
If I go much further down, it's all these indie sad girls that I love. Wait, actually, what are your top 3 too? Or last like 3?
This is the old one. Firebomb by Rihanna. I think I started listening to this song again because it was also written and produced by James Fowler.
Cool.
So I was like, okay, I gotta get into his vibe again. And then
For sure.
oh wait, I love this song. And then it's Wish That I Could by Umi.
Oh, Umi's fantastic. She's so good.
And then Her. I really like Her.
Oh, amazing. You love the R&B stuff, huh?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Awesome. If you were given a PhD degree, what degree would you want to be given to you? I don't even know if this is the right answer, but I love space so much. You like space?
I was thinking about that too.
Okay,
It
cool.
was, for me, it was that,
Yeah.
like a space engineer kind of, or
Yeah.
like a biochem
Okay.
scientist.
Oh, cool. The stars and just like understanding the universe and how it works, and we don't know how it works.
I also did notice that it's like a huge industry here in LA too, because I've been meeting
Yeah.
a lot of people that's working for like SpaceX or
For sure.
aerospace,
Yeah.
and I honestly feel like they're like,
Like, what do you know? Tell me, please.
I met a friend the other day who builds satellites, and then I was just asking him just randomly, okay, so what are like some cool projects you've been working on and everything?
Yeah.
And he was like, he like laughed a little bit, and he's like, well, a lot of the things I'm working on, I can't really share it to you.
Oh, whoa.
That's how you know.
That's a cool answer.
Yeah.
I gotta start saying that to people too. Yo, what's going on? Honestly, I can't tell you.
We're moving on to the next section.
Okay.
And it is, am I able to sing with you one of my favorite songs of Fiji Blue?
Absolutely. It would be an honor.
I'm gonna take out my guitar. Also, this is my new guitar. I bought it here. And it is an Australian guitar.
So cool. 2 chorus 3. I know that everything. Oh my, I fucked it up. My bad. You held me down when I get too far away. Yeah, I know that everything will be okay. Maybe those tears will stay yesterday.
That was beautiful. I think that was a good take.
That was great. You did awesome. You're so good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking your time with us
No worries.
and for inviting us into your house.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate you having me on.
I'm pretty sure everyone would love to know more about you. Is there anything new coming out soon? Like, what's the next plan for Fiji Blue?
I've been so deep into making so much new music for the album that is on the horizon. Trying to take my time and do my best to make it as perfect as one would want it to be. So yeah, I'm hoping for a new song to be coming out shortly.
Will and I were lucky enough to hear a little bit of a sneak peek.
I promise it'll be worth the wait. That I
It
can
is
promise.
definitely worth. This is it, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Tell us what you think about this episode and what's your favorite Fiji Blue song.
Don't forget to subscribe to Dena's channel. I can say from my experience that she's the best.
Aw.
And you should absolutely be following her on everything she does, because she is a sweetheart and the best. course.
All right, this is Trevor, everyone, from Fiji Blue, and I will see you guys in my next video. He's gonna say bye. Wait, do you have a favorite restaurant here in LA or a favorite chain?
My goodness. Funny enough, Din Tai Fung. Love Din Tai Fung.
Din Tai Fung is so good everywhere.
I know. And I had to hit the spot, obviously, when I was in Taipei.
Does it taste different though?
It tastes different.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they share the same ingredients, the same menu.
It was slightly different. I love Asian food. So like there's this place called Dan Modern Chinese that also has dumplings.
And when we're running out of this page, can you help me scroll?
Yeah, for sure. But I'm saying technically, I guess we could keep it here because it just repeats. Yeah, unless you want me to scroll, it's also totally fine because it would make sense. You tell me, I'm so indecisive. Everything will be okay. I totally. I'm sorry. I messed it up. It was so good. I'm sorry.